Welcome to the Dynasty Dads Podcast. Football, rankings, debates, dad stuff with your hosts, Justin Williams and Matt Renshaw.
And welcome everyone to this edition of the Dynasty Dads Podcast. I am your host, Justin Delay of Game Williams, and with me as always, my good friend Matt Renshaw. Matt, how are you today?
That's a good penalty for you tonight.
Yeah.
That you were thinking that on the way over?
I had time. I was, for those of you, a little peek behind the curtain, I was very late tonight.
Oh, you're fine.
Extremely late. Work called.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
Had to do stuff.
You got weird hours being a realtor.
I guess so.
How was your week?
Week was all right. It seemed to be kind of a blur. I've been pretty busy. Yeah, we've had doctor visits, we've had school, we've had football. Like
Who's
nothing.
sick?
No one's sick. No one's sick. Just checkups.
Gotcha.
We've had. Let's see. I'm like super pumped up for the Call of Duty game coming out on Friday. Like I feel like a 14-year-old kid again.
Yeah, you should be.
I am freaking hyped.
But you're gonna play that with Carson, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure. Why not?
That's your reasoning for buying it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I tell my wife too. It's like, oh no, but the kid's gonna love it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like talking to him about it. He's all jacked up, and I'm like, yeah, you're not gonna get a hold of this thing at all. This is all dad.
And you buy the digital copy, don't you?
Yeah, anymore I do. So it's gonna be available for like download and play at 11 o'clock tomorrow. Just like midnight Pacific, I think, or Eastern. Must be Eastern.
Yeah, Eastern. Pacific's the other way.
Right.
So yeah.
All right. Heyo, something broke.
Hey, it's okay.
Heyo.
Do I sound any different?
No, you sound great.
Perfect.
I mean, great for you.
Nah, I'll take it.
Any family stories of the week?
Yeah, actually, so you're in the same boat that I'm in. We're gonna hit a big milestone in our lives soon. Then we're gonna be 30.
Yeah.
So I was talking to my daughter. My wife was talking about birthdays and whatnot, and she goes, "You know whose birthday's next?" And my wife Brittany goes, "It's Daddy's birthday next." And she goes, "Oh," and I said, "Yeah, Daddy's gonna be old." And Kyla looked at me with terror, and she said, "No, Daddy, don't get old." And I was like,
I wish my kids did that.
That's my kid story from her. She's so she's worried about me getting old. And then my youngest is just repeating things now, and she says lullaby, which is like one of the books. Yeah, so I'm like, that's good. Like, and she's repeating words, and we're starting to like get into that where she knows what we're saying and we know what she's saying, and you can see it on our face, like, oh my gosh, they know what I'm saying. This is awesome. So that was my week.
See, my kid, Carson makes fun of me for being almost 30 because he hears his mom make fun of me all the time for being almost 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my relationship.
We're gonna be old, man.
I know it.
It's official.
Emily's trying to talk me into doing you know how like when kids turn like 1, they have like
smash?
The cake smash. She
Yeah.
wants me to do like a taco smash.
Oh.
Yeah,
Taco John's?
Yeah.
Taco John's hero?
Yeah, just me shirtless with a bunch of tacos. And,
yes. You should.
No, I'm not gonna.
I know a photographer that would gladly shoot that for you.
I'm not doing that.
What?
I'm not doing it.
Oh. You should do that.
No, because when I run for office, it's just going to be all out there, and when
Well, when I get a hold of them, we're going to tweet it out and get a real peek behind the curtain.
No, it's not happening.
That's about
as close as it's going to get. This is just me talking about it. But let's see. Carson, he won his starting job back as quarterback in flag football, which is great. Threw a couple touchdowns, had a nice pick in the end zone, which was pretty cool.
Wait, he threw a pick? Or
he caught the interception played on defense. It was
interceptions.
He went up and got it.
So he didn't get his hops from you.
No, he didn't get any of these skills from me. Carly is just something else lately.
Yeah.
Just something else. Real attitude to her. 14 months. So I guess this is the time where they're like really stubborn and they know what they're going to do.
Welcome to being a dad of girls.
Yeah, she'll just bring a book up to me and just like throw it at me. And you could tell in her like little blah, 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 it means like, you're going to read me a book.
Yeah, now.
You're going to read me a book now. Yeah. And you're going to make the animal sounds. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous.
Did you see Emily do that or like?
No? She's just a 14-month-old girl with, all her attitude.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
Yeah, well,
terrible.
Anyways, that's girls.
Matt, we got a lot to get to. I got like a bunch of news.
I saw.
We got a gloat about my wager of the week.
Yeah.
Cha-ching.
We're gonna recap your fantasy season. How'd you do this past week?
Well, in my own league?
In your own league.
I'm still winless.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
You are. It wasn't a 50-point beating, but it was not pretty.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I didn't even check on the score.
Oh, really?
I knew I had zero chance. I mean, I watched the games. I kind of had a feeling I knew who you had on that team and who I have on my team, and I was like, yeah, this isn't going well.
Before the Sunday night and Monday night game, I was up 12 points, and I still had Zeke and Michael Thomas.
Yeah, studs. Yeah. Well, way to go, Matt. You really slayed that dragon.
Thanks. I was going to bring you a card. Sorry for your loss card.
No.
I was going to, but for those of you that have friends out there that when you talk smack, if you ever want to use that idea, I'm sorry for your loss card, usually.
Couple things. That's a great idea, number one. Number two is when you're 0-5, like, or 0-4, the fifth loss doesn't hurt.
Right.
It's like I've heard enough.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
you can't hurt me more.
Yeah. I hope that when the time comes in the future when you beat me, I don't get the I'm sorry for your loss card.
Oh, it's coming. I'm gonna write that one down in my journal. We have a lot of Jags injury news to get to. Holy
the whole team.
smokes.
The whole team.
NFL.com's Ian Rappaport reports that Leonard Fournette is expected to remain sidelined for Week 6 against your Cowboys and possibly through the Week 9 bye, which means we might not see him for another, 4 or 5 weeks?
Yeah.
This was the belief all along after Fournette re-injured his hammy in Week 4. But now with Corey Grant on the IR, and Brandon Wilds was waived to make room for the new Jag, Jamal Charles.
He's relevant.
How high are we first on TJ Yeldon this week and then rest of season?
This week I'm not as high on him as I was last week. The Cowboys defense looks like legit. They look legit. If Tony Romo were on that team, we'd be talking about the Cowboys. But we're not going to talk about the Cowboys right now. I like Yeldon.
Tony Romo.
If Romo were on the team,
yikes,
that's a playoff caliber team with Romo.
Okay, move on. I'm not making this a Cowboys show.
I like Yeldon, but I'm not as high on him this week as I am last week. But he's the lead guy. He's going to get all the carries, all the catches, all of it.
With Corey Grant out of the way, I really like Yeldon.
Yeah.
Because Corey Grant was still getting carries and still getting catches and snaps, with Fournette there.
Right.
Fournette with a hammy and Fournette's injury history, I'm really fine with going out and getting Yeldon. If you're a guy that just needs some running back depth or you need an RB3, Yeldon is that dude.
You think he's a 3?
I think he's
I'd put him
easily.
at a 2.
I think he's easily a 3 rest of season. I think this week you can start him. No problem.
So then what are you doing for Fournette? Are you buying? You selling? Are you...
If I have Fournette,
don't like him.
If I have Fournette, I'm holding. I'm not trying to get Fournette because I still think his price tag is pretty high.
Yeah.
It's not high enough for me to sell him because he was a 102, 103 kind of guy in his rookie draft.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and that's not too, he's shown greatness.
I'm out trying to get him. I actually sent an offer today, which I threw a poll up just to see if it was close, and what I offered is winning in the poll, but it's a poll. Who cares? I sent Josh Gordon, Mike Williams, and a second-round pick for Fournette.
Wow. Yeah. Not bad. That wouldn't be a bad price.
No, I mean, at that price, I'd buy. I'm okay with that.
In that league that we're talking about that I'm 0-5 in now,
yeah, that's the one.
I sent out an offer for Kamara.
Oh.
Yeah, and that guy is, top half of the league, but not very strong.
He's tied for second.
Very thin at running back, too, so this would kill his team.
Yeah.
But I offered him 3 first-round picks that I've acquired, 2 of which are going to be guaranteed late.
Yeah.
One's going to probably be in the middle.
Yeah.
And a decent player, but I just cannot for the life of me remember. It was a running back, but I don't remember who it was.
Guys? Kerryon Johnson?
No, I wouldn't have give up either of those guys. I'm really not sure. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But he hasn't declined, but he hasn't accepted yet either. He told me he's still thinking about it. I'm just like, well, then that's a no.
That's not a good sign.
But anyways.
Rojo?
So it might have been Rojo, actually.
Ugh.
So with Jamal Charles, what do we do? Is he worth even a stash at this point?
No.
Okay, because I think by the time that he actually picks up this offense, I think that's when we're going to see Fournette back, and he's going to be mixing in. Yeah. And I don't hate it because a waiver wire is a waiver wire. It's whatever.
Yeah.
I just think
there are other guys on the wire that I like more.
If it's blind bidding, I like it. If it's going to cost you a waiver wire spot,
oh yeah, no
then
way.
I wouldn't even touch it.
No.
But we're not done yet. Jags injury news. As if that wasn't enough, Austin Seferian-Jenkins landed on the IR himself with a core muscle injury that apparently he's been dealing with all year.
Yeah.
ASJ wasn't much of a factor, but Niles Paul will step in as his replacement. With tight end so pitiful this season, is Niles Paul the chubby girl at the end of the bar 15 minutes before closing time?
Is ASJ on the IR?
Yeah.
Oh man, I missed that one. He's a take your shot, and I mean, unless you have a top guy, you don't have a guy at tight end.
Yeah, exactly. You're kind of playing the merry-go-round at that point.
Right.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think Niles Paul has shown, no, I wouldn't say brilliance, but he's shown that he can be productive in fantasy leagues. So if you're thin at tight end and you need another guy to kind of mix in, I don't have a problem with it at all.
That's going to hurt our Scott Fishbowl team.
Yeah. Speaking of tight ends, I got a Jono Smith update for you.
Oh, yeah? Did he finally catch a pass?
Nope, he hasn't caught a ball in 2 weeks. For a guy the entire community hyped up this preseason.
Former Renegade.
Yeah, just unbelievable.
I believe I called it the easy choice that week.
He got hyped up in the preseason just for being there. And then he got hyped up again when Walker went down, and he has proven that he is garbage. That offense is not built for him at all.
I guess
they must need him to block. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
was high on him. I mean, we talked.
I'd go as far as to say he's safe to drop in fantasy, like dynasty leagues.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's bold.
I don't think it's that bold. He hasn't shown us anything. No, well, that offense does not look like it's going to get any better.
Yeah, he hasn't done squat.
And Delanie Walker's going to be there for another 2 years?
Yeah, and Delaney too.
Delaney, you know what I mean? I don't. Yikes.
We got
Rashad Penny.
Yeah, this one shocked me.
Dude did not play a single snap on offense in week 5.
Nope.
Can you believe that?
He did get in the game though.
He
played a special team snap.
Yeah. With Chris Carson healthy and Mike Davis serving as the number 2, Penny's only involvement against the Rams was on that one special teams play.
Yep.
So much for being considered 102 in rookie drafts at one point this offseason. Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mike Davis finished the week with 12 carries for 68 yards and a touch. Carson with 19 carries, 119 yards. Are we all in? Well, I guess I should say, are we in at all on Chris Carson or Mike Davis the rest of the way?
I'm not, but I'm back to what I've said the entire offseason and throughout the season. I don't trust any Seattle running back. Pete Carroll lies. He talked up Penny. He talked about all these I don't trust him. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was a week where Rashard Penny had every carry, and these other two guys didn't.
Oh, I'd be surprised.
Well, that might have been an extreme example, but you don't understand what I'm saying. Who are you on? You the Carson train?
I don't favor one or the other more than I guess I would lean Carson than the other guy, than Mike Davis, because I think we've seen Mike Davis play, and this is above and beyond anybody would have projected ever. So, and I guess you could say the same for Chris Carson, but Chris Carson at least had a lot of hype coming in, and he's kind of, he's done good with it, with the opportunities that he's had. So I like Chris Carson quite a bit. If I could only have one of the Seattle running backs for the rest of the way, I really think it's Chris Carson.
If I had to pick one, that'd be the one I would take, yeah.
And I believe last week, I think I said that for next season or from here on out, I would take Penny. I think I'm going to change my tune. I think it's Chris Carson. I think he's the dude there. Well, and I don't know if that means, fantasy MVP or RB1 kind of numbers, but I think he's probably the safest play.
Yeah. Safe's a good word for him.
Kareem Hunt owners should probably take note. Chiefs right guard Laurent Devene Tardif.
Is that the doctor?
Yeah, who knows? He suffered a broken fibula week 5 against the Jags. I'm not saying bench Hunt, but hey, the more you know. Reading Rainbow. In other lineman news.
What is that?
You never seen the Reading Rainbow?
I've seen Reading Rainbow, but is that like
they always said the more you know. It was like at the very, very beginning, I think. Or the end, one of the two. No. In other lineman news, starting right guard for the Colts was sent to the IR. I didn't even bother to write his name down. And I believe Eric Flowers for the Giants just got cut.
And he visited the Jags.
A lot of lineman news for pretty big name running backs.
Yeah.
Except Marlon Mack.
Yep.
Which,
trash.
Absolutely.
Trash.
Let's see what else we got. Can we take a moment just to talk about Adam frickin' Thielen?
Yeah.
I mean, my gosh.
Yeah.
Dude doesn't get talked about at all.
Yeah.
We're 5 weeks in, Matt. And Thielen,
he gets talked about.
not at all. Not enough on this show.
No. Not on it. No.
We're 5 weeks in. Thielen has over 100 yards every week.
Yeah.
That is one hell of a start.
Yeah.
And I know that you and I, we've debated Thielen versus Diggs before.
Right.
We did that last season.
Yeah.
And it was, we're not going to probably change our stance. But are you that solid like with Diggs? Because I remember you were on Diggs. If you had to pick one wide receiver.
I'm taking Diggs.
It's really still. Wow.
I know.
What does Thielen have to do for you to change?
I don't know.
I mean, Diggs is good.
I like Diggs.
Diggs is having a nice season.
Diggs reminds me of like AB.
Ooh. Why?
Play,
because he's
big play,
because he's
strong
dark
hands, doesn't catch. No, get out of here.
and fast and
No.
talented. I don't get it.
That could be. Then I could have said any wide receiver that's not Adam Thielen or Julian Edelman
Chris Hogan
or Chris, any non-Patriots wide receiver.
Diggs is having a really nice season. I just pulled up his number: 37 grabs, 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. Yeah. Which we're 5 weeks in.
That's good. Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous how this offense is keeping these 2 wide receiver ones.
Yeah,
up.
that was, and I think my main argument was I think there can only be one wide receiver one because Kirk Cousins has never even had a wide receiver one. So if I had to pick one, I would pick Diggs, and they both look good. Yeah, I'm warmer on Thielen, and I feel like once I start to like him, and that's publicly known, he's going to start going downhill.
Nah,
but yeah, I still take Diggs over Thielen.
Is this the best wide receiver duo in the league?
I don't know. Cowboys is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say Allen Hurns and Cole Beasley can strike some fear, but I couldn't think of a better combo.
No,
Antonio Brown and Juju is there,
that's
but
good.
it's not. It's
Hopkins
not there.
and Fuller.
No, Fuller can't. If Fuller could stay on the field, I'd say yeah. Fuller's injured every other week.
Yeah, I can't think of another a duo like those two.
I think you could make an argument for Juju and Brown.
Yeah.
Brown is arguably the best wide receiver in the league. In a couple of years, it might be Calvin Ridley and Julio, but you never know.
Right.
Julio might lose a step. So just fun to think about.
Dynasty, looking forward.
Matt Breida is doubtful this week with an ankle injury. Yeah. Alfred Morris should handle the bulk of the carries, huh? Against the Packers,
We'll talk about this later. But
you pumped?
I'm not high on Alfred Morris this year. I'm high on somebody else.
Who's the other guy over there?
Juszczyk.
Oh yeah, the fullback.
Kyle Juszczyk.
Yeah, he's talented, but he's just he's not going to get. Yeah,
stop it.
He's not.
Just wait.
Jay Ajayi to the IR.
Yeah.
Sproles is out for Thursday.
This kind of came out of nowhere. This Jay Ajayi news.
Yeah, the Jay Ajayi news came out of nowhere. Sproles has been banged up off and on, and he's like 50, so he's out. So we got
35.
We got Corey Clement and Wendell Smallwood.
Right. Which is weird.
And you got him on a Thursday game. You never know what's going to happen. It's against the Giants. I have no problem starting either one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Pick one.
It's a Thursday game. You have no clue.
Pick one.
Whichever ones I can get on the wire, to be honest with you. If I could pick one, if I had both of them, I'd start Clement.
Okay.
Clement, sorry. Why would you start somebody different?
I don't know why you did these two back-to-back.
Why?
Because they're going to show up later in the show.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's the thing. I don't look ahead.
Yeah.
I don't look ahead. I just do the news, man. I just do the news. Adrian Peterson separated his shoulder. Paul Richardson and Chris Thompson all got hurt. They should all be playing this week, but that is a banged-up offense that got absolutely
destroyed
on national television against Drew Brees.
Yeah.
And those other guys.
Traquan Smith, man.
Yeah,
2
Traquan
touchdowns.
looked good. That was a fun game to not watch.
Oh, you missed it?
Oh, I watched it as much as I could, and then I just turned it off because it was like, this is terrible. I don't care.
It was fun.
The Redskins had no fight.
No. It's like they knew they were going in there to give up the records and be done.
Garbage.
Remember?
Kamara only received 6 carries and 4 targets on Monday Night Football.
Mm-hmm.
Ingram doubled the touches and did get the starting nod.
Yep.
And
2 touchdowns.
Produced very well.
Yeah.
Are you worried with Kamara?
I believe I came out and said,
I believe I can fly.
Go out and get Ingram. If you can get him while you can, go get him.
Ingram.
Maybe. He's owned in more than 50% of leagues, though.
Yeah, well, I would assume so.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I had the guts to start him, but I imagine a lot of people didn't.
Start Ingram?
Yeah.
Well, you're trying to trade for
last
Kamara.
week.
You're the one that just said.
No, I know. Well, that's the league where I don't have anybody at running back. Nobody worthwhile.
Dude.
But in leagues I do have Ingram, I started him, and I felt pretty good about it. I think we're going to see what we've seen last year.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's going to be more of a 50-50 deal.
They're
where
the Diggs and Thielen of the backfield.
if I'm a Kamara owner, I'm absolutely
I would
fine.
be worried. Yeah.
You were due a bad week.
Yeah.
You take it, and then you move on, and you start him next week, no problem. He's an RB1, right?
Yeah. They
Easily.
both. Yeah.
But I think that's the thing is now Ingram's an RB1 too.
Yeah, I thought Ingram would start slower than he did. So I'm high on Ingram the
Ingram's
rest of
such
the way
a
out.
beast running back, dude. He's one of my favorite players.
He's 29. He's going to be a free agent. So like he's a guy that if you can get for a year, cool, write him. But I'm not long term in him.
Beast, absolute beast. A little bit of IDP news. I know you love it.
Mm-hmm.
Panthers inside linebacker Thomas Davis suspension ends this week.
Cool.
Should help that Carolina defense a little bit.
Cool.
They've needed the help.
Cool.
Yeah. Mason Crosby had quite the meltdown.
Yeah, well.
I feel like we need to talk about it because every fantasy league that has a kicker, somebody started Mason Crosby.
Yeah, probably.
Solely responsible for the Packers' loss against the Lions, if you ask me. 0 for 4 on field goals and missed a extra point, the only extra point he had to kick.
So what's that? 13 points. Yep, did my math. Carried the one.
Crosby has another year left on his deal. Dad stat. He's scheduled to make over $4 million this season alone.
Yeah.
For a kicker.
Yeah.
That just lost you a pretty important game against the Lions.
Yeah, and he's staying. They didn't cut him.
You can't. They've seen what else is out there at kicker. It's not very good.
It's true.
We reported that this may happen last week, and it totally did. Brandon Marshall played 7 of 60 snaps.
The Seattle Seahawks are dumpster fire.
12% of snaps, Brandon Marshall was there. That was week 5 against the Rams, which obviously are a better team. But Marshall played fewer snaps than Doug Baldwin, Tyler Lockett, David Moore, Jerron Brown. Yeah. It's time to call it a career. You're done.
You know what, though?
You're out.
Brandon Marshall played more than Rashard Penny.
Yeah, very true. If you can't perform with Russell Wilson, you're not going to perform with anybody.
That's true.
There's a really small window of quarterbacks that are better than Russell Wilson right now. It's just, no, you're out. You're done. Man.
Done?
He's done. He has to be done.
Well, I'm just surprised you're saying he's done.
I have good news and I have some bad news for you on this next one.
Okay.
Greg Olsen, he has a bit of a foot issue.
Coming back.
He confirmed he is expected to return for week 6.
I like it.
But he also said that he expects to require surgery at the season's end.
Yeah.
Fantasy owners cannot be too hopeful. Am I wrong?
No, of what?
Of really him being a factor any week. I feel like if you're starting Greg Olsen, number 1, you're desperate. And number 2, you cannot expect an 8 to 10 point game. You can't expect
I actually
it.
like him this week.
That's fine. You can like him in different matchups. I completely get it. But, dude, he knows he has to have surgery, so he's not 100%.
And he was not 100% on coming back. Like, he met with, I think it was ESPN or Fox or somebody to maybe jump to broadcasting. So he could be done after the year. This could be his last ride.
Easily. You can't trade him for nothing.
No.
And you're not going to trade for him.
Yeah, I might
No,
trade
I
for him. If
wouldn't
you're a
trade
contender
for
in
him.
a tight end premium league.
If you can get him for dirt cheap, sure. But
Yeah.
that's
what I'm talking about.
History was made this week, Matt. For the first time in the Super Bowl era, starting rookie quarterback teams went 4-0. Mayfield, Darnold, Allen, and Rosen. Matt, I only bring this up because I have one question for you. Which of those 4 would you rather have start on your fantasy team for the next 3 seasons?
Next 3 seasons.
Got Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Allen,
Ooh.
Rosen.
I'm going to surprise you, I think, and go with Sam Darnold.
Wow, that is somebody you would not have picked a couple weeks ago.
No, because the only one of these guys that was starting a couple weeks ago was Allen.
Well, I mean, like preseason, you wouldn't have picked him.
I like Darnold. He looks good.
I still think I go Mayfield there.
I know you do.
Would you take Lamar Jackson over any of those guys in the same exact scenario?
For 3 years?
Yep.
Kind of. That's harder because I don't know if he's going to start.
That's the thing. You got to pick.
If that's the case, no, I'm taking Darnold.
Really?
Yeah. You didn't expect Darnold? Who'd you think I would pick? Baker?
I thought you picked Baker. I think Baker's the easy one there. I think you picked Baker. I really thought you were going to make fun of me for that question.
No, I'm not as high on the Browns as everyone else.
I know that I've kind of come down a little bit on Rosen. Have you? Are you with me here? Because I know we were both really high on Josh Rosen.
He doesn't make bad throws. Like, he's
not completing any of them. That's the problem.
That's not his fault that his receivers drop the passes, though.
Christian Kirk looks good.
Dimes.
Christian Kirk is a name that's really under the radar right now, but he's producing really well for the Cardinals. Yeah. It's just not equating into wins.
And Josh Allen's running the ball, which is surprising. I mean, that'll get you more points. Like, that's kind of the appeal of Jackson is he'll run and he'll pass and he'll rack up yardage that way. But Allen's getting out behind that offensive line and taking the lead. And with rumors that they may be looking to trade LaShawn McCoy, maybe he's your guy.
As long as Baker keeps throwing to Njoku, I'm happy. I'm a happy camper.
I thought you were a Jarvis guy.
Well, I am a Jarvis guy, but hey, Njoku needs some love too. Week 6 buys, by the way, are the Detroit Lions and the New Orleans Saints. So we're going to have to wait to see what the Kamara Ingram deal, how that plays out. Both have plenty of fantasy talent. So, yikes. But in other scheduling news, I guess, the game between the Oakland Raiders and Seattle Seahawks will be played in bloody England. This will be the first of 4 international NFL games this season. And as we've learned in the past, starting players that have to travel overseas is a complete coin flip.
Bloody England, huh?
I, for one, am excited to see Marshawn Lynch versus the Seattle Seahawks for the first time since leaving the team. How about you?
Yeah.
You going to wake up early and watch that game?
I'm always up early. I have 2 kids under 2.
Okay, Matt, we get it. You're a hard worker. My God.
I didn't say I was a hard worker. I just said I was up early. Yeah, I'm probably going to watch it. But the question is it on Yahoo like it was last time around? Or
I'm not going to wake up to watch that.
I'm not waking up to watch it, but I'll be up already.
I think if you have Lynch and you've been kind of like, if he's like your RB2, maybe fringe RB3, like I would totally start him against the Seahawks.
Oh, they're starting to ride him. Like they are starting to give him the ball as much as they need to.
Yeah, if there's one guy I can count on to play well in England, like it just won't affect him, location, I'm totally taking Marshawn Lynch. Yeah. Kiki Kuti had another solid outing.
My renegade of
my goodness.
Yeah.
His second career game, dude caught 6 of 7 passes for 51 yards and a touchdown against Dallas. Are you buying Kiki as a wide receiver 3 the rest of the way?
Yep.
Are you buying him as a wide receiver 2? That's hard, right?
Is Will Fuller done for the year?
No. But Will Fuller can't stay healthy.
Yeah, but I'm not buying him for as a wide receiver 2.
Late first, would you pay a late first to get Kiki?
No. But I would have no problem trading 2 seconds.
He's a tough guy. I really think that he is like Will Fuller after you hit like the upgrade button a few times. I think you get Kiki Kuti, but that's just me. Matt, we really should break down the Detroit wide receiver situation, though. This is something that kind of caught my eye.
Okay.
I want to hear your take.
Okay.
Golden Tate, Marvin Jones, and Kenny Golladay in particular. Tate leads the team in targets with 51, Golladay follows with 41, and Marvin Jones with 33. The same order can be said with receptions and yards. Okay. All 3 have 3 touchdowns on the season.
Okay.
Which I thought was surprising.
Okay.
Both Marvin Jones, and Kenny Golladay are locked in as Lions for the next 2 years with their contracts, but with Golden Tate playing for a contract right now.
Yeah.
First, rank those 3 the rest of the way for me. You got Marvin Jones, Kenny Golladay, Golden Tate, the rest of the way.
PPR league, I'm going Tate Jones, Golladay.
Really?
Tate catches a lot of passes.
Galladay's outplaying Marvin Jones through 5 weeks.
I know.
Nothing? Okay.
No. I mean, he's your red zone guy. Like, he's your 6'4", throw it up.
Are we talking Golladay?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Galladay's like just the big threat. Golladay looks a lot like a lesser version of Calvin Johnson right now.
Say, baby.
Yeah,
Calvin
Baby
Johnson
John,
Jr. Yeah. Baby John.
Is Golden Tate a Lion next season?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Because they were. I don't know if you caught that game. Those announcers were all over Golden Tate.
Yeah.
How great he was and how he's just such a team player. Does anything they need. Yada yada yada.
Yeah.
You don't think he's a Lion?
No.
Okay. I don't think so either. But okay. Is Golden Tate an underrated or undervalued wide receiver in dynasty leagues right now?
Yes. I say yes because I'm okay with wide receivers that are like 30 is the age that you trade running backs away. I'm okay with 30-year-old wide receivers.
You should be.
So
I don't think that's a hot take.
I like him. Long, term.
I've
the
always
next 3 to 5 years.
The last couple of years, I've thought of Golden Tate as a top tier wide receiver 2. Top tier. Top of the line wide receiver 2, low end wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
Like, you're probably in trouble if he's your wide receiver 1 most weeks.
Yep.
But
if you're
dude's
heavy
producing.
everywhere else, yeah.
What are your thoughts on Golladay then? If you're ranking him behind those other two guys and he's doing these
and it's
numbers.
not that I don't like him. Like he's the wide receiver 2 in Detroit long term, probably wide receiver 1 after a couple years. I like him. I just for this year, those two guys are there and they're clear wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2.
I'd be happy as a fat man at a buffet if I had Kenny Golladay on my roster right now.
Oh yeah,
I would trade for him.
Yeah.
Is he worth a first round pick? A mid first? I think he's worth a mid first.
You would give up a mid first?
I don't know if I would do it, but I could see somebody doing it.
I could see.
I guess there's so many wide receivers out there right now.
I wouldn't pay that.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, it takes
He's
for
so
me
good,
for me to give up a first. I mean, I don't know. I just gave up 2 firsts to get Dalvin Cook. So
Yes, you did.
that's right.
Yes, you
I'll
did.
take it.
Last story. I know it's only week 6,
Okay.
but
I
according
love when we start like this.
to NFL.com, if the playoffs started this week,
Oh, great.
the following teams would miss the cut completely:
Okay.
the Steelers,
Gotcha.
the Falcons,
Okay.
the Eagles,
Yeah. Good
Packers, Vikes, Jags. We are bound to have some new blood in the playoffs this year, are we not?
No, we're not.
We are totally going to get some new blood.
That would mean that the Dolphins are in the playoffs right now,
Yes.
and they're not.
I don't like the Dolphins either.
The Dolphins are not in the playoffs by the end of the year.
Man, I went on a whole rant last
know you
week
did.
about them. So
The Dolphins are not in the
I'm
playoffs.
just saying right now.
That means the Bengals are the number 1 seed in the AFC. They're
Yep.
not.
I had no clue the Falcons are like a 1-win team, by the way.
Oh, really?
I seen that and I was like, no, wait. Oh my gosh, they only have 1 win.
Yeah. Yeah, that one doesn't surprise me. They have a
Well,
really good offense and a really bad defense.
An Aaron Rodgers led Packers not being in the playoffs is great for NFC teams. The Steelers missing the AFC playoffs would be
Right now, the
a
Redskins,
godsend.
that awful Redskins team, is first in the NFC East. Like,
Yeah.
they're not a playoff team.
Yeah, it's gonna get mixed up quite a bit, but I don't know. I thought that was interesting. That's
Yeah.
all I got, Matt. I'm sorry. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I got for the news, man.
Oh, that's all?
Yeah,
What
I
are we
thought
doing
it-
this for, like, what, 30 minutes now?
That was it. Just a few stories here and there.
Yeah.
Little nibbles.
You going to take a break?
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back. We gotta talk about your Renegades. We gotta do Wager of the Week, and then we're gonna do a little update on our Scott Fish Bowl, right?
Yep.
And then that's it. That's the show.
That's it.
So we'll be right back.
Renegades, Renegades. Yeah, the Renegades. Red Shaw's Renegades,
So, last week, we had Taywan Taylor and Taylor Gabriel, and then we went Kiki kind of as a recap. Kiki had a good week.
Do you love me?
That's the one.
Are you riding?
Taylor, 3 receptions, 30 yards, lowest total on the year. So this has always been a plus. I feel like the guys hear this and they go, "Yeah, we're not going to perform this week." But on a positive note, Taylor Gabriel didn't have negative points last week because they were on a bye.
Woo!
So I knew that was always a plus. If Taylor Gabriel's still on your wire, go get Taylor Gabriel because he's a stud. He's a 7 targets waiting to happen every week. He's had 7 targets every week. He's averaging 7 targets a week.
Yeah, he just doesn't produce like that though. I don't get me wrong. I like Taylor Gabriel. I think Taylor Gabriel's a much better NFL wide receiver than he is a fantasy wide receiver. But that's just me.
If Anthony Miller's still out, Taylor Gabriel's a start.
Okay.
So this week, 2 running backs. Well, that's not true. 1 running back, 1 fullback.
Heyo.
Yes, Kyle Juszczyk, the man, San Francisco. With Matt Breida out, Juszczyk finished with 6 catches on 7 targets for 75 yards. He also tacked on a 12-yard carry, finishing the day with 14.7 PPR points. 49ers Monday night play the Packers. And most assume they'll be trailing most of the game as they're a 10-point dog. I'm learning your lingo. So it's going to give you a chance to be heavily involved in the passing game.
Matt, Soldier Boy is like, my God, dude.
Then we'll get to, we talked earlier about Mr.
So lame.
Mr. Smallwood. So he scored 17 PPR points in 2 of the past 3 games. He's also averaging 6 yards per carry for the season with 10 catches on 15 targets. Smallwood gets top billing here over Corey Clement because he's likely to be the early down and goal line back, and he's outplayed Clement on Sunday with 68 total yards, 3 receptions, and a touchdown. So Smallwood is owned in 45% of the leagues. So a coin flip chance that you could get him. And use check, 12%.
Wow.
So these guys should be on your wire.
Yeah, use check is available everywhere.
Yes.
And I like that one a lot. I think there's a chance that he could be not the guy, but he's going to get enough carries to be relevant.
He's a decent flyer if you got hit by injuries and bye weeks.
Have Leonard Fournette.
Right.
Yeah. And Corey Grant was your handcuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could totally happen. All right. Good takes. Good takes. You ready for my wager of the week?
Let's hear it.
All right.
It's the Dynasty Dad's Wager of the Week.
All right. Matt, your boy,
Ka-ching.
3-2 on the season.
Yeah.
It was not looking good in the first half last week.
No.
We took the Bengals, -6, I do believe. And they dominated the fourth quarter by scoring 24 unanswered.
Boom.
To come back and defeat the Miami Dolphins. Those damn aquatic mammals.
That don't have noses.
They don't have noses. I got to be honest with you. This one here doesn't have a lot of stats with it.
Oh.
Well, not facts. It has stats, just not a lot of facts.
Dad facts?
Yeah, it's more of a story. Hey, so, Matt, I woke up Monday morning. The birds were chirping. The sun was peeking from behind the clouds. It was beautiful. I kissed my lovely wife on the forehead, checked on the kids that were peacefully sleeping. Then I poured myself a nice tall glass of OJ. I opened up my laptop, excited to see the lines for the upcoming Week 6 slate of games. I take a sip, I scroll down a tad, and then proceed to spit out my entire orange juice when I read the line for the Chargers-Browns tilt. I then called my bank to drain my life savings so I could slam the Chargers by 1 over the Browns. This disgusting narrative the NFL is puking about how the Browns are semi-decent is just gross. They're not decent. They're still bad. Just not as bad as they have been in recent history. This line isn't Vegas. This line is all public perception. People want Cleveland to do something. The public wants Baker Mayfield to succeed, and that's fine. That's fine. But to tell me they are only a 1-point dog at home to the Chargers is blasphemy. Blasphemy! Chargers are 3-2 this season. The 2 losses came against 5-0 teams. Chiefs, Rams. They defeated the Raiders, 49ers, and Bills. You tell me, are the Cleveland Browns closer to the caliber of the Chiefs and the Rams or the Raiders, Niners, and Bills? The latter?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The worst Charger offense output this year was 350 yards, and that's not great. But if that's your floor, it's respectable. The offense generates a minimum of 3 touchdowns per game, and it's 4th in the NFL in percentage of drives ending in an offensive score, 45.5%.
That's a dad stat.
The Browns rank 4th from last in the same exact category with a putrid 26%. The combo of Melvin Gordon and Austin Eckler has proven deadly for defenses. The duo combines for over 1,000 yards from line of scrimmage and 9 touchdowns. It's only week 6. The Browns are coming off an overtime win against the Ravens, their second overtime game in 2 weeks, so fatigue may be a factor. Cleveland turned the ball over a total of 5 times in those 2 games and only scored 1 touchdown last week against Baltimore. By the way, Hugh Jackson is still the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. Lock that dog, pound up, and set it on fire. Chargers cover the measly point and shock literally no one.
You know the Cleveland Browns have 3 overtime games.
Yep. Tie, win, loss.
Yeah, that's got to be a first.
I would love to know the stat on that. It has to be a first. They're completely, that line made no sense to me. I wish I would have had the time to check on it before I came over because I'm assuming it's 2.5, 3 points by now.
You don't think it's a trap game?
It feels a lot like a trap
Doesn't
game,
it? You know?
But it also, when Vegas, like I said last week, when Vegas just hands you money, you just take it.
I'm going to check the line.
You go right ahead. I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. I heard rumors that they're thinking about starting some guy I've never even heard of at wide receiver this week. I literally, I can't tell you. I read the name and I was like, I have no idea who this is. Because Callaway is struggling apparently with routes.
Yeah.
Higgins
is hurt.
Higgins is hurt, so
Yeah.
they're starting some other dude.
I'm seeing one everywhere. I'm seeing some places even.
Wow. Then maybe it's a trap game.
10-7 at 6 o'clock. So it opened at even, and then on 10-9 at 4 o'clock in the morning, it went to +1.
Yeah, when I woke up Monday, it was 1. Wow. And I was like, yeah, I literally put way more than I probably should have.
Wow.
So if you don't see me next week, it's because I'm running from my bookie.
Sell a couple houses, you'll be fine.
Oh, just unbelievable.
Wowzers.
What'd you think of that? Am I wrong on any of that?
No, I'm not. I don't think you're wrong on any of it. I would obviously take the Chargers. I own quite a few Chargers in fantasy, so I like that stack.
That offense is way better than I thought, and it's way better than their record.
Yeah.
I mean, I know those teams they beat aren't good teams, but still, they haven't faced a team that's like evenly matched with them right now. They just haven't done it.
No.
So yeah, okay. Well, that's all I got.
So Scott Fish, is that where?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about Scott Fish,
Okay,
and then we'll close out the show.
So we've yet to be favored in any Scott Fish game.
Yeah, we're not doing too
Oh,
good.
you watch your mouth.
Did we win this week?
We won this week.
Whoa, that's 2 in a row, right?
Yes.
Hey.
We are 3-2 on the year.
Hey, that's winning.
I know.
I'll take that.
And we haven't been favored in a game.
That's right.
So
Underdogs.
this week,
like to fight from the bottom.
that's right. I like the bottom. So Stafford's on a bye this week. So we've got Rodgers in our QB1. Our super flex spot, I think we start Beathard. It's Beathard or Rosen.
Beathard has a pretty... I'm not starting Rosen yet. Beathard has a pretty rough matchup, doesn't he?
That's the Packers.
Okay, so that's better than I thought.
They're going to throw a lot.
Beathard doesn't look too good. But yeah, it's a super flex. You start Beathard. Sure.
So running backs, Crow is going to start for us. Carried us last week. Sounds like Freeman might be out. So McCoy is a start. Then we got to decide between probably Lamar Miller and Donta Foreman.
Well, Lamar Miller then.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got Jordan Wilkins too, but nobody in the Colts backfield can run. So
yeah, we can't do Wilkins yet.
No. ASJ's out. I'm going to skip wide receiver for now. So ASJ's out. We're either starting Nick Vannett or Jonnu Smith.
Vannett.
That's who I've got penciled in. So back to wide receivers. Keelan Cole, Taylor Gabriel, Alshon Jeffrey, Christian Kirk, Cooper Kupp, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins, D.D. Westbrook.
I went through those kind of fast, but Cooper Kupp is definitely in.
Yep. Alshon's an auto start. Jarvis is an auto start.
Cooper. Yeah. So there's 3. How many do we need?
We need... We've got 2 running backs, 2 quarterbacks. So we need 5 wide receivers.
So we need 2 more wide receivers. And who are they? Because Christian Kirk has been performing.
Yep. So is Taylor Gabriel.
You're really high on Gabriel,
I
so
am.
I don't blame you for putting Gabriel in.
Kirk, Gabriel,
or D.D.
D.D.
I personally...
Or Keelan Cole, but I think Keelan Cole's the wide receiver 1 in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think Keelan Cole is the auto there.
So, you want to roll with Kirk or you want to roll with Westbrook?
I don't want to start Keelan Cole and D.D., so I think I'd rather start Cole and
Kirk,
but that's just me.
What about Sammy?
No.
Yeah, I'm there with you. So, our lineup is Beathard, Rodgers, Isaiah Crowell, LaShawn McCoy, Lamar Miller, Keelan Cole, Taylor Gabriel, Alshon Jeffrey, Christian Kirk, Cooper Kupp, Jarvis Landry, and Nick Vannett.
Wow.
Yeah, and we're 3-2.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep. I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not. Yeah, you take what you can get. Well, I mean, for as many injuries that have happened already, we're kind of skating by.
Yeah. We haven't had any major injuries. The only one that we've had is ASJ, but we were thin at tight end.
The best ability, Matt, is availability.
That's right.
Shout out Dynasty Nerds. 2nd week in a row. My goodness.
You got a thing for those guys.
They're great.
You should let them know.
I'm going to write them a card or a love letter.
Sorry for your loss.
Nope. So, yeah, enjoy your Week 6 action. We got plenty out there. Only a couple teams on bye week. You got some early football on Sunday. Should be awesome.
Yeah.
And, that about does it. Matt, you got anything you want to add?
No. No, I sure don't.
Perfect. Kind of a short episode this week. Sorry about that. Matt, I'm sorry I was so late.
You're good.
Yeah,
It's
I
whatever.
know. I know.
I'm going to show up an hour late next week, though.
That's fair.
Okay.
All right. Well, until next week, guys, stay locked in on Twitter. We're at Dynasty Dads. And be sure to leave us a kind review on iTunes.
Yeah.
We're out.
God bless.
Thanks for hanging out with us on another episode of the Dynasty Dads podcast. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes and follow us on Twitter @DynastyDads. Visit us at our website, dynastydads.com, for articles, news, and notes, Dynasty Dads gear, and more.